Hey guys, it's Steph, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be doing another full face of first impressions, only this time we're going to be using drugstore products, so products that are super affordable. I also have some new brushes to try out as well, so if you guys would like to see the look that I create and the products that I use to create it, please stay tuned. So like I said, I do have some brushes to try out. These are from Vanity Planet and it's called their Palette Professional and Portable Makeup Brush Collection. I get a lot of questions from you guys asking if I can review different brushes. So when Vanity Planet got in contact with me and asked me if I'd like to try their brushes out, I thought, yep, let's do it. I'll chuck it in first impressions. So yeah, throughout the video, I'm going to be using solely Vanity Planet brushes and I'll kind of let you guys know my thoughts as we go along. But just a quick heads up, this is what the product looks like. So you get a little brush roll with it and inside, I believe you get 15 brushes. So yeah, you get 15 brushes, you get everything from like face brushes to eye brushes, and you also get a little lip brush as well, which is really good for on the go. They're all synthetic as well, which is really good if you are conscious about that sort of thing. And also you guys, just from the get-go, I can confirm that these are so soft. They actually feel pretty similar to some of my more high-end brushes. So if you guys did want to pick some up for yourself, I do have a 70% discount code that I will leave a link to down below and I'll also put on the screen. But enough about brushes. It's time to get some makeup on this face of mine, so let's get into it. So I have already primed my skin. I didn't have a new primer to try it or anything like that, so we're gonna hop straight in with foundation. This is L'Oreal's True Match, which I know isn't new, but it is new to me. I have mine in the shade Golden Beige, and I've heard so many people talk about this, so I'm really excited to give it a go. I'm just gonna take the kind of flat top stippling brush, and I'm just gonna start by kind of stippling it on my face first. Okay, so the foundation seems to be a pretty good colour match, so good job, Steph. Let's blend this in. Yeah, the brush seems to be blending the foundation in quite nicely. I think it's better if you like tap your foundation in with it as opposed to swiping, just because it's not as like sturdy as other stippling brushes that I've tried, so it probably works better if you do just stipple it in. Yeah, this foundation's really nice. I'd maybe like it a bit more if it had a little bit more coverage. I'd probably say it's like a medium coverage foundation. And it doesn't seem like crazy buildable, but I have heard people talking about the newer L'Oreal Total Cover or something. I have that somewhere upstairs. I need to try it out in another video. But I've heard people mixing that foundation with the True Match. Apparently it's going to be amazing, so I might have to do that and let you guys know how I get on. But yeah, that's all blended out really nicely, and it's quite nice and yellow toned as well. I don't find too many foundations on the drugstore to be yellow toned, so that is good. Next for concealer, I have the L'Oreal True Match Concealer as well, although I do think this is new. It's on like the tops of the stands in my Superdrug and Boots, so I'm guessing this is new. I've never seen it before. And, ooh, this feels, just from the get-go, a lot like the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, which is one of my favorites. And I have mine, if you guys are curious, in the shade Vanilla 2N. Let's just do a little bit of concealing, do a little bit of Hulk Hogan mustache. So I'm just going to take that foundation brush again and just kind of blend it out on my face. Yeah, again, that seems to be blending out quite nicely. I'd probably say, again, this is like a medium coverage concealer as opposed to full. It's not covering up everything, but it's covering up the majority of things that I want covered. Oddly enough, it is actually stinging my spots a little bit. Don't know why, it's not painful or anything, but it's just something that I can notice. Yeah, it is kind of stinging them a little bit. Yeah, I wouldn't say I like this as much as NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer or the Maybelline Fit Me, but it's pretty similar. And yeah, it has covered up everything I need. Next up I have a cream contour. This is from Lottie London. It's one of their strobe sticks in the shade Starstruck. So I think I'm just going to apply that straight to my cheeks. That looks quite nice and glowy. Let's pop that on the top of my face and everything. You guys know the drill by now. And I'll just pat that in with my brush again. It's quite subtle, it's not like a crazy highlight, but if you like something that's a bit more kind of lit from within, yeah, this seems quite nice. I feel like it would be better as a base for other highlighters. Don't worry, I have a very exciting highlighter to show you guys in a second. Yeah, that's quite nice. I'm not like blown away, but it's nice. I just feel like it's made my skin look a little bit more dewy, a little bit more glowy. It has kind of blended out a little bit, so you can't see it too much, but you can definitely see there is like a shine to my skin, which is nice. Next, I'm going to set everything in place using this powder from NYX. This is their loose setting powder, but it says special effects set, so I'm not sure if this is meant solely for their special effects creams, but we're going to give it a go anyway. Oh, it's very soft. Seems to kind of like blend into nothing, which is cool. yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. This is when I find out that it's like opaque white and I end up just looking like a clown. And I'm just gonna take that powder brush and swirl my brush in there. Give it a little tap. I'm just gonna kind of pat that in. Ooh, that really fills in your pores. It's pretty matte, like it's gotten rid of the majority of glow on my skin apart from like the highlighter. So, noted, but I feel like if you set it with like a setting spray or something, then it would kind of bring it back a bit. I feel like my concealer's kind of faded away a little bit, so I am gonna add a little bit more just to the inner corner quickly. I'm then just gonna take a little fluffy brush and kind of set all of that concealer in place. Make sure we don't have any creasing. Yeah, that really does like blend that into nothing. I feel like this concealer just like keeps fading on my under eyes. It has covered up a lot, but I can still see some like shadows and everything. But yeah, oddly enough, I actually really like that powder. Again, I don't know if it's meant for like special effects makeup or whatever, but it's made my skin look quite smooth and airbrushed, so don't overlook that. Next up is something that I swear I used to use when I was younger. I feel like my sister had this, and then I stole it once upon a time, so Nat, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I owe you a new bronzer, but this is the Bourjois, it's French, bronzing powder and highlighter with glint of sunshine. It's like their chocolate bar kind of bronzer. I have swatched it a few times, and the highlighter looks a bit meh, to be honest. It kind of just looks like a face powder with a few little bits of glitter in it, so I'm not too bothered about that. The bronzer, however, it's quite like a nice cool tone bronzer, so I feel like this could be really good for contouring. What I'm going to do is take the angled brush in the kit and just run my brush through that. Ooh, quite pigmented. And let's try and sculpt this face a little bit. Okay, it seems quite subtle. Ooh, that's quite nice actually. It takes a little bit of building up, but that's probably quite good, so you're not going to end up with like a big streak of brown across your face. Yeah, as you build that up, that gets really, really nice. It smells really good as well. It doesn't smell like chocolate, but it kind of smells like, I don't know, like someone mixed an old lady's face powder with like chocolate Nesquik or something. Mmm, delicious. But yeah, overall, I quite like that. I feel like it's a pretty good contouring powder, especially on the drugstore as well. It's quite difficult to find like a nice, subtle contouring powder. And again, this brush is blending everything out really nicely. You guys know I just like angled brushes in general for contour. It's just kind of doing what all my other brushes tend to do. And then should we try that highlight? I'm just gonna take that fan brush quickly and just see if anything happens. I mean, I'd say it brightens a little bit, but it doesn't really do much like shine. Yeah, not fussed on that highlighter, but the bronzer's good. So for highlighter, I'm actually so excited about this, you guys. My local Superdrug has just started stocking I Heart makeup, so I scooped this up when I saw it. This is the Goddess of Love Triple Baked Highlighter, and it's so metallic. I cannot believe how intense these highlighters are. I feel like I got the wrong one though. I feel like I was meant to pick up the Goddess of Faith, because this one seemed a little bit more pinky tone, like a little bit more icy, but still it's like such a beautiful highlighter. Like, look at that. Layered on top of itself, it's so metallic. So what I'm gonna do is take that fan brush and just swirl that in there for a second. And let's see what this can do. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. That is how it's done. And these highlighters are like a fiver as well, so really, really affordable. Ooh, that is super icy. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to pick up the more golden one, because I feel like if the formula's the same, I will love that. Definitely gonna have to get more of these. Let me know which your favorite color is of these, because I know they do like 3 or 4 or something. So let me know your favorites. Oh my god. And then for blush, I have this MUA Luxe Bashful Blush Trio palette number 2. So this is what it looks like. We've got like a kind of bronzy blush, then a really bright pink, and then a more like mauvey tone. That's what they look like. I think I'm gonna go for this like more mauvey color. So I'm just gonna take that angled brush again, pat my brush in there. Again, super pigmented. And let's just dust that over the highlighter. Oh yeah, again, that's quite subtle, which is good. I hate it when you put blushes on and they're just instantly like, ugh. Yeah, that's a nice color. They've all kind of got like slight flecks of shimmer in there, but nothing overly noticeable, so it just kind of lifts the skin as opposed to making your cheeks look really shimmery. Yeah, that's quite nice. It's just kind of warmed the face up a bit. Okay, so that is the majority of my face done. I'm now going to go ahead and do something to these brows. So for this, I have the Power Brow 3-in-1 Brow Definer from MUA Luxe. So here we have a spoolie on one side. I feel like this is similar to the Charlotte Tilbury one. A pencil on this side, and then, yeah, you have like this weird brow powder in the middle. I have already put clear brow gel through my brows, but to be honest, it's not really doing a great job. So what I'm going to do is just brush them through quickly. And then this is just like one of those slanted pencils. It seems quite waxy, as you might be able to see there. The colour looks a little bit light, but we can definitely work with it. So I think I'm just going to kind of fill in the arch of my brow first. I never use pencils this thick. I'm always using like the really skinny ones, so this feels weird to me. I feel like this is quite good if you want to do your brows like on the go, or if you don't tend to do too much to your brows and you just want to kind of fill them in. It definitely works for that, but I tend to like a bit more of like a sculpted brow, so it's not my ideal brow pencil is what I'm trying to say, but if you do like thicker brow pencils, then for the price, I definitely think this is really good. It's good for like filling at the front as well, because it's not too pigmented, so you can kind of get like more of a natural gradient. And let's try this little powder situation. Okay, so it's like this weird nubby thing. It's a little bit messy. I guess what I'm going to do is just kind of brush that through the main parts of my brow, maybe? Doesn't really seem to be doing that much. Yeah, not sure I'm overly keen on the powder, but the actual nib itself of the pencil, that's pretty good, and it's good that you get a spoolie as well. So don't love it, don't hate it. If you like this sort of thing, it could be good. Next, I'll move on to eyes. So for this, I have one of the Lottie London Shadow Swatch eyeshadow palettes. This one is in the shade The Rusts. As you can see, it's a lot of warm tones. Let's have a few little swatches. So let's swatch this kind of transition shade. Oh, that's very pigmented. This like red color, pigmented. And let's also do this like copper color as well. Pigmented. So far, so good. Let's swatch them there. A little bit powdery, but yeah, the pigment's definitely there. So what I think I'm gonna do is take this matte light shade here and just kind of work that in the crease. I feel like it's a bit too dark to have all over my lid maybe, but we'll see. Well, maybe we can get away with it all over the lid actually. Yeah, so I'm just gonna chuck that all over my lid. I'm then gonna go in with this matte brown shade here. It's like a good little crease shade. This brush is like the perfect size for my crease because it's not over blending. I'm not ending up with like a super blown out smoky eye. It's just kind of staying where I put it. I'm then gonna go ahead and just using the same brush, take that kind of orangey shade, and we'll see what we can do with that. Maybe pack that kind of all over the lid. It's not really looking too much different than the colour that we just put in the crease. I was kind of expecting more from that shade, to be honest. I mean, it's nice enough. I'm just not like wowed. Still though, it is blending out really nicely, so that is a plus. It's just not as like orange as it necessarily looks in the pan. No problem. Next, I think I'm gonna go in with that red shade maybe. We'll see what that guy can do. This looks a little bit more promising. And I'm gonna pop that on the outer corner first, I think. I feel like this red actually looks more like how the orange one looked in the pan. So like the actual pans are quite deceiving. They're nice colours and everything, but it's not as like intense as I was maybe hoping it would be. I'm now just going to take this little pencil brush and I'm just going to take that same red shade that I was using and just run that on my lower lash line. I do actually really like the kind of red colour. I was just hoping it would be a bit more of a red than like a deep orange. But to be fair, it does look really, really nice. Next, I'm going to take this little flat brush and I think I'm actually going to wet it, just with a little bit of water. And I think I'll take that bright red shimmer. That seems to be picking up quite nicely on the brush. Yeah, that looks quite similar as to how it looks in the pan. So I'm happy with that. They look quite nice and foiled on the lids as well when they're wet. Yeah, that's nice enough. I'm not like wowed by this palette. It is a nice palette and I feel like if you maybe don't want to pick up the Urban Decay Naked Heat, this could be a fairly decent dupe. I can't say all the colours are dupes or anything, but if you do want like a warm, smoky eye sort of palette, this could work. It's not as good, but then it's like maybe a third of the price or something. So it's okay. it's nice enough. Like, it is a nice enough eyeshadow palette. I'm just not wowed by it. So next up, I have a mascara from Revlon. This is their Mega Multiplier, and I swear this is going to be like the tubing one or something. I don't really know what that means, but apparently it's good. So we're going to give that a go. It's just got like a sort of cone fiber wand. And let's see what this bad boy can do. Oh, got it on the lid. Derp. It's not bad, but I feel like it's just kind of applying product to some of my lashes, but then in other parts it's kind of taking it off again. It has made them long, it has made them black, it has thickened them a little bit, but it's not really done anything that I'm like amazed by. It's not done anything that any other regular drugstore mascara doesn't do to my lashes. I'd say it's a good all-rounder, but I'm not like falling in love with it. There are definitely other mascaras that I've tried in the drugstore that are either cheaper or the same price that I love more. And it's not the best at building up. So yeah, it's nice. Again, you guys have to remember I do have quite long lashes anyway, so a lot of mascaras do tend to look pretty good on me, but it's not the best. It's nice, it's not the best. Okay, so last but not least for lips, I have another product from Revlon. I've seen loads of people talk about these, but I've never actually tried them out myself. These are their Ultra HD matte lip colors. The one I have here is in the shade HD Seduction. Let's have a look. It's like a nice kind of nudie shade. Oh my god. They literally smell like milkshake. You know what, even if this thing sucks, props to you, Revlon, because I can get on board with a milkshake tasting lipstick. Okay. It's fairly opaque. The wand is quite easy to use as well. Okay, pretty happy with that. Not the most sort of precise line I've ever done, so I probably would recommend using a lip liner with it, but feels quite comfortable so far. Let's see how it dries down. Okay, so it's been around 5 minutes and the lipstick still hasn't dried down. So I'd probably say it's more of like a satin finish than matte. But because of that, it does feel really, really comfortable on my lips. So if you guys do want something that's comfortable, but maybe has like a matte look, then I'd say this is probably a good shout. To be honest, I usually go for fully matte liquid lipsticks because normally if I'm wearing a liquid lipstick, I don't want it to budge. So I wouldn't necessarily choose this over some of my other liquid lipsticks, but if you do want something that is quite comfortable to wear, then these are really good. Okay guys, so this is the finished look and I'm pretty happy with how everything turned out. I don't think there are any real duds today. I really like the foundation and I really, really love the highlighter as well. I definitely think those are two of the winners from today's video. I did originally really like the concealer as well, and I do like it for kind of evening everything out a little bit more, but for under my eyes, I don't know about you guys, but I can definitely still see some dark circles underneath there, and I used like 2 or 3 coats of the concealer, so I wouldn't say it's necessarily the most full coverage concealer in the world. As for the brushes, as you can see, I used almost all of them for the look, and I'm really impressed with how they turned out. Actually, like I said at the beginning, they were super, super soft. I really like this brush for applying powder and stuff like that. Big fan of this angle brush. I feel like it applied everything really, really nicely, and just angle brushes in general are really, really useful for your kit. Big fan of this fluffy brush as well, again, because it just fits perfectly into my crease and blends everything out just as much as I want it to. It's not gonna blend everything out too much that I get like an overly smoky eye or anything like that. So big fan of that guy. And yeah, overall, I just think it's a really, really good kit. Definitely recommend it if you guys are starting out your brush collection or if you kind of want to expand on a few brushes. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with how this look turned out. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and if you've tried any of the products that I have tried out today. As always, if you like this video, please do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you do want to see more of me, because I upload all the damn time. But apart from that, that's it from me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.